Welcome back, Wrestling Junkies. Jake Hodges here. Let's get into it. In this video, we're going to take a look at two things. The first one, and what we're going to focus the most on, is a fake and follow. At least that's what I'm calling it. The second thing we're going to touch on is like a double knee drive or a skip step type motion. So let's get into it. In this first clip, we're going to see the biggest window that Baiev has to attack this guy on this fake and follow motion. And we're also going to take a look at the pieces of it that kind of make it work a little bit of timing, a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of kind of dance-like. You see, it's kind of weird to describe, but we'll get into it and figure it out together. Slow it down, take a look at what's happening. Okay. So in this fake and follow, boom, there's the fake. Now, on the fake, the guy in red is threatening the space between him and Baiev. He's threatening the space. He's closing off the space. He's taking away the space, making some sort of threatening movement toward Baiev, toward his legs, and Baiev has to respect it to defend. So the first kind of motion of this in and out flow that's going to happen, this guy's going to move in with his fake. So Baiev's going to move with it away to defend. All right. Now, as they continue this motion, the guy's going to pull away on his fake. So Baiev defends with like a down block motion. This guy starts to pull away, and Baiev is going to follow him moving away faster so he can close that space to get to his legs. Boom, and he's right in. All right, and the reason I'm starting with this one is because it's very obvious how large the window of time Baiev has to attack on this one, because the guy basically stands straight up after he fakes. So we'll take a look at it again. So boom, the guy fakes and moves in to close that space off, threaten that space. Baiev respects it. He starts his down block motion. As the guy moves away, Baiev wants to become the threat now. So initially, red threatens with his fake. Baiev respects it with his down block and moves away from it a little bit. Now as he sees red moving back, out of his fake, he wants to become the threat and move in to red as he moves away. Oop, moves right in. And this is why wrestlers are always told, don't stand up after your fake. Keep your head in position. Don't come up, right? So, again, stuff we're going to see pretty often. In, defend, and back in. So the space between them is threatened. So it's going to be, this guy comes in, then he's going to move out, and then Baiev is going to move in, which is why sometimes I call it an in-out-in or a fake and follow, because the guy fakes and Baiev follows. But really it's like threat, re-threat. One guy threatens with his fake, and Baiev defends, but he doesn't want the space to get too large between them. So he wants to continue the threat but make it his own. I'm hoping that's making sense. At least I think it might. Guy fakes, threatens, Baiev defends, and then he keeps that space between them to threaten his own attack. One other thing we're going to take a look at in this video, besides this concept of fake and follow, is the idea of like this kind of double knee run that kind of happens a lot when Baiev does it, and Lamtadze does it some too. We're going to see later on. So here he drops to his down block. He drives toward one knee, and then will drive toward his inside knee to close that space. Right, it's a pretty good skill to have, right? It's sometimes known as a skip step. Tadiev is fantastic at it, but he uses it as a straight attack. He'll like drop to an ankle pick type motion, and when he grabs the guy's heel, he'll hit his outside knee, and then or drive to his outside knee and then drive to his inside knee. Looks kind of like a knee skip, which is, I would imagine, why it was called a skip step when I learned it. So outside knee, inside knee, comes up to that double leg. In this clip, the window is a little smaller. Kazimov doesn't come straight back up like the last clip, and he also picks his foot up when he fakes, which is a good habit to get into. When you fake and you're not going to follow it, so you pick your foot up to, if the guy attacks, to start your defense. But here, Bayev's able to still capitalize on this kind of fake and follow position. Slow it down, take a look. So there's a little fake there. Okay. Right here, Kazimov threatened that space a little bit with his foot fake. Back it up. So he threatened by moving in to Bayev. Bayev's going to respect it and down block, or start his down block motion. And as he sees Kazimov moving out, Bayev wants to keep that space close between them and then close it even faster, as he does his little knee drive in up to his double leg. So Kazimov hits his fake right there. Then Bayev moves with it. So Kazimov going in, Bayev reacting. Sometimes he goes back a little more than other times. Here he kind of drops, starts his down block motion, tries to get his head in the way. Now as Kazimov moves out, Bayev moves in. Still trying to keep that space close as he can. So it's threaten. Kazimov threatens. Bayev defends, and then turns it into his threat by moving back in to Kazimov. Fake and follow. So let's take a look at this little knee run, if we can see it through the ref's legs. Fake, follow. Okay, it's going to be knee drive, outside knee, then knee drive, inside knee. 1, 2. Slide right in. Fantastic skill. So he turns his defend into an offense by following Kazimov back in. A little faster than Kazimov's moving away. Does his little skip step knee drive. Gets right into his double leg. He's going to finish. Ooh. On this clip, the window that Bayev has to attack back into him, I would say, is even smaller. Because here, Zhamalov doesn't stand up all the way, like in the first clip. And Kazimov didn't stand all the way up in the second clip. In the second clip, Kazimov picked up one foot. Here, Zhamalov actually picks up both feet as he sees Bayev move back into him. So the window, the timing of this attack, this follow back in from Zhamalov's fake is even tighter than the last two clips. All right, man, that's just really nice. So here we can really talk about the space between them, right? So right now, they've got a decent amount of space between them. There's not a whole lot of threat happening. They're just getting ready to figure out what they're going to do next, kind of. And then Zhamalov, boom, closes the space off with his fake. So he threatens Baev. Now, Baev has to respect it. So he starts to defend, picks his feet up, starts his down block. Now, as Zhimalov starts to move out of his fake, Baev is going to move in, and he keeps that space between them close, right? That's how he's able to get back into these guys' legs, and he's going to push hard off his feet, try and knee slide right in. That's the whole kind of concept right there. This is actually a really good clip to look at for this. So, non-threatening space, right? Neither guy's they're pretty safe where they're at. Boom, threaten. So the space goes from non-threatening, a lot of distance, to less distance with this fake going in. So Baev's going to start to defend. As he starts to defend, Zhimalov doesn't want to get caught underneath him or anything else, so he starts to move away to make the space between them larger to get back to the safe zone. But what Baev wants to do is keep, so you can see he starts his motion backwards. He wants to keep the space between them close and then close it off even faster as Zhimalov moves backwards from his fake. Boom. Right back in. Watch it one more time. It kind of reminds me of, so the kind of in and out flow they're doing reminds me of like when a wave goes up on a beach and then back down into the ocean. It's like the wave will go up on the beach and they'll go together, and the wave will come back down and go out, except that when Baev comes back in, he's coming back in faster to get to his legs. In and back in. So Lomtadze is pretty good at this motion too. He does a lot of fake and follow type motions, or in out in type motions. This one has the added element of a little bit of a snap from the guy in the green singlet. We'll also be able to take a look at the knee run and kind of an adjustment that can happen on the kind of skip step knee run that we looked at. So this one's pretty subtle. It's going to be a very small foot fake from Diada, and you'll see Lomtadze moves his feet back when it happens. So that would be like the in, and then he'll follow it back in to his legs. So right there. Oop. Little foot fake. Lomtadze defends by taking his feet back. Now, here's the little added element of Diada kind of snapping him with his left hand, but it's the same idea. Lomtadze closes off that space by coming back into him fast, does his knee run, and gets right into his legs. So, non-threatened space, threatened. So Lomtadze moves feet back a little bit. Like I said, this one's very subtle. And then once Diada starts to move back away, Lomtadze follows him back in. Similar concept as the last ones. Just a little added element of a snap from Diada. Let's take a look at this knee run again. So here, he's going to drive down to this knee, step this foot forward, drive down to his right knee and step his left foot forward. Drive toward his left knee and then slide his back knee back in. Now this adjustment that Diada makes will happen fairly often on this kind of double knee drive type motion, or I guess double leg defense in general, where he's kind of taking the angle away of straight on double leg from Lamtadze, kind of circling a little bit over his head. Lamtadze is getting extended with his back arm, but he's just going to release his back arm, go right into a single leg, and work for his finish. It's kind of a little, if you're doing like double knee drive drills, it's kind of a good adjustment to make, or little skip step drills. 1 knee, 2 knees, 3 knees, back up and in, changes to the single leg due to the defense of Diarra, goes up and is going to get his finish. This clip, same idea as the other ones, still fake and follow. This time Lamtadze's in a front headlock. Guy drops his hand and fakes with his foot. Lamtadze follows his motion back in after his fake. So here, guy threatens that space. Back it up a little more so we can see when exactly he threatens. So, threatens with his hand and his foot being close. Lamtadze picks his feet up, goes backwards a little bit to take care of that threat. Now he's going to turn the other guy's threat into his own by following him back in to his legs. And here he doesn't even hit a knee. So as the guy moves backwards, Lamtadze just follows him right in. Gets his push out, scoring his point. All the concepts are the same, so it's fake and then follow, or in, the guy goes out, Lamtadze goes in. So in, out, and in. So when I say in, out, and in, the guy who fakes is going in. The guy who fakes is going out, and at the same time he's going out, Lamtadze starts to go in. Really nice. This is another kind of variation on this fake and follow, where it doesn't end up being like some sort of double leg, but same concepts, same ideas. We'll slow it down. So here, there's non-threatened space. They're both pretty safe. No one has really any advantage, so there's really no reactions. Now Navruzov hits him with this big old fake. Kind of closes the space off between them a little bit. Bayev defends, so he drops to his like down block motion. And as Navruzov pulls out, Bayev closes the distance mostly with this arm. Mostly with just his arm. But drops, ends up catching his leg as Navruzov's going out. And then gets this nice little corner on his single leg. Let's look at the fake and follow part again. So right here, big fake. Bayev follows it back in, mostly with just his arm, but it's the same idea. One more time just for me. So right here, he starts to go in. Bayev takes his feet away to defend. Look at that arrow. Yeesh. Takes his feet away to defend. And then follows back in via his hand as Navruzov is trying to move away. It's really nice. We're going to hit that one again full speed just because it's really clean. Got him. Here's another little variation. of this fake and follow or in out in type motion that we've been talking about. So here, the Georgian guy, whose name I'm not even going to try to pronounce, threatens that space. So right here, pretty safe, kind of safe zone, safe distance. Georgian guy is going to threaten it with his fake, and you can't see how close he gets, but the distance does become less. Rubaev picks his foot up to start to defend. You can see this is his foot right here. Picks his foot up to defend, and then as the Georgian moves back away, he just catches his knee and follows it back in. It's pretty nice, pretty well timed. So fake, in, Rubaev defends a little bit and then keeps that space close as the Georgian moves away and Rubaev follows him in. Really nice.